Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who just joined, my name is Jo and I mainly do irregular choice shoes and handbags, but sometimes I do other brands like today, and you are very welcome here. For those of you that have carried on watching my videos over all this time, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us and to join me, sorry. And you can tell I've been not doing this for a few weeks. I'm out of my rhythm. And for those of you that are lurking about and just watching the videos, I'd really appreciate you pressing that subscribe button and joining our happy merry band. So yes, I've been away for a few weeks. Sometimes life just drops you a curveball, and you know, you have to put other things on the back burner because you're dealing with real life stuff. And I will, because we always have a little chat at the beginning anyway about what's going on, so I will let you know. I went to see, this is not the news, I just thought I'd tell you. I went to see Wicked, the film. Now, me and my husband love the theatre show, and we went last year. Our daughter bought us tickets to see it at the theatre and loved it. And I was a bit worried about them making a film. And I was worried about Ariana Grande being Glinda, because obviously I knew she has the voice, but I'm not aware of her acting skills. And Glinda's quite a comedic part, you know, on stage. She's very funny, and you know, so I didn't know how that would come across. Anyway, I loved the film. It's a long film. Didn't seem that long to me. I went with my husband Mike and my two sons. Leo definitely didn't really want to see it. He just went because he knew I wanted him to see it. And you know, going in, he was like, "Oh no," you know, and 2 hours 40 and blah blah blah. He came out and he said he'd thoroughly enjoyed it. He'd had a good time watching it, and you know, that was good. I was sopping wet with tears. It was so good. In fact, it was so good, I went back on my own on Friday, just there. And I've never done that with a film. I've never gone straight back to watch it again. And I could definitely, if somebody said to me, do you fancy going and seeing it, I'd go again. I mean, I'm not going to go on my own again, but which I didn't mind doing. And I was fine going on my own. It's not an issue, especially at the cinema, because once the lights are out, who knows who you're with. So that was okay for me. And I enjoyed it again just as much. And the other thing I watched on the telly, if you've got Sky, the Wonka film has come on now. You know, that was was it released last Christmas? I want to say last Christmas. Now, I love Gene Wilder. I love Gene Wilder in the original Willy Wonka. And I love Johnny Depp, but I hated that Willy Wonka film with Johnny Depp. I just didn't feel he got the feel of Willy Wonka at all. Whereas from the books I read, Gene Wilder got it perfectly. So, you know, this Wonka film is not like a remake. It shows how he became Willy Wonka. So it's not a direct comparison like that. I'm not going to give any spoilers away because people might be watching it at Christmas, and certainly we'll be watching it at Christmas again because Leo and Max want to watch it, so we'll watch it again. I have to say, it's not a film that's obviously going to change the world. It's a family film. It's a film that everyone can watch together. You know, the baddies are very much pantomime baddies. You know, then you know, that kind of, you know, really, you know, bad, but in a kind of pantomime way. So I think if you suspend, you know, the reality and just go with it, and there's lots of nods to the original film in there, lots of little nods and words spoken that are a tribute to Jean. And Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So that is the films I've been watching just recently. So what's been happening? Well, was it 2 weeks ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago? Maybe it seems longer, but maybe not. My husband works in a department with 3 people and his boss. And head office came up and just said, one person is going to be made redundant and they will need to leave by the end of December. And I'm talking December this month. So that was a bit of a shock. So they then said that they would look for voluntaries over so many days you had a chance to volunteer. So Mike is the oldest in the department and the other 2 really need their jobs. Now Mike is one of the most altruistic people in the world, but you know, he still had to look for himself whether he would be able to leave. And the thing is, Mike loves his job. He really loves his job. And, you know, we were going backwards and forwards. We had a little bit more to pay on the mortgage. The redundancy will pay that off, so we'll be mortgage free. And Mike's been at the same place for over 30 years. So he's paid into a pension. We looked into that, and yeah, he'll be able to, he doesn't need to get another job if he doesn't want to, which is a lovely position to be in, that he's got choice. He can be at home if he finds enough to do, and if he finds that he's not filling his days, he can either volunteer and do a voluntary job, or he can look for another job a couple of days a week. Yeah, so in the end, and it was very fraught, you know, every night talking it over. You know, everyone was going, it's a no-brainer, mate, it's a no-brainer. And it was, but because obviously, why would you work another few years to pay off your mortgage when you're going to get your mortgage paid? And you've got enough money to live on. And in fact, if we pay a few other things off, we'll probably be about £300 or £400 better off a month anyway. So there we are. He decided to take it. So he's had his meeting this week, and he'll leave on the 31st of December. And yeah, so there's certain things I need to sort out now, because we're going down to Manchester for a wedding, and it's always been really difficult getting time off work for Mike, because there's so few of him in the department. It's always been, you know, a nightmare trying to get holidays. So when we were going down to Manchester for this wedding, they couldn't give him the day we were going down. So it ended up I've getting the train in the morning and Mike's getting the train after work in the evening. So I'm hoping I'll be able to move that. I'll maybe give them a ring this week, see if I can get him on the same train as me, even if I can't get him in the same carriage. We'll see. I don't know whether that's possible. I'll ring Transpennine and see. But yeah, so it's been quite stressful is what I'll say, because, you know, Mike was, you know, worrying, and in the end he made his decision. He's been so much better since he's made his decision. It's like that relief of, right, I've done it, I've made it. And the other two guys were obviously really happy because hopefully that safeguards their jobs for them. So yeah, everyone's happy. And that same weekend that we were making decisions about that, the Monday I had my mammogram, my annual mammogram. So coming up to that is always extremely stressful, and if you've had cancer, you understand that coming up to your mammogram brings all the anxiety back. Now, last year I still was a bit in a, whoa, what happened to me? This year I felt I've been back to living, I've been enjoying my life, and it's very much not come into my thoughts. But coming up to the mammogram, and I have to say, I think your first mammogram after your treatment is the main one in the way I felt, because when you have your radiotherapy, you just leave, like nobody says anything, you just leave, that's your treatment done, and that's you leave. So in my mind, you've got no proof that it's gone. So you have to wait to that first mammogram for them to say, well, they don't say all clear anymore, they say no evidence of disease. So that first one, I think, is, to me, felt more important because it was the first time I could say, right, the cancer's not there. And this one, obviously, you're always worried about it coming back. But I don't feel as stressed about getting the results like I did last time. And I mean, last time I didn't get them till after January. So, but I'm not stressing about it as much as last year. But I think it was just because that's the first one, and that's your first time you got told that it's not there. It's not there anymore. So I'm hoping, because, we'll be going to Turkey twice next year now, which I'm looking forward to, so I can practice my language, which is getting so hard. I have to say, it's getting very hard. But it is what it is. I'm sticking in there. Because I was tempted on cancelling one week when it was that weekend, when we had all the stress with that, and I thought, no, because if you start cancelling, you're never gonna keep going with it. So I just cracked on, even though my lesson was rubbish and I couldn't remember anything. But anyway, I still did it. Anyway, what have I got for you today? I've not got any shoes. I've not been buying stuff because obviously it's Christmas. I've been buying other people's stuff. But I've got a couple of bits to show you. So, funnily enough, talking about Wonka, Erstwilder, the Australian, they do acrylic jewellery, had a Willy Wonka collection. And although they're in Australia, there's stockists in this country. I got this from Rockamiller, and it came really quickly. And it's this brooch, and it's Jean Wilder. I have to say, I've used quite a few brooch companies, and I have to say, even though Erstwilder is a bit more expensive, although, what was this, £30, maybe £30, maybe a bit less, I just feel their acrylic, the way they do the brooches, it is really nice. It stands out, and I love the acrylics they use. And to get Gene Wilder there, I just love him. I just think he's gorgeous. I just thought that was so nice. In fact, I've gone and ordered from Australia, because they must have like an exclusive, the Wonka bar. They do a Wonka bar, but the Wonka bar from Australia, it's like the foil's folded back and you can see the golden ticket. So I really wanted that, and it didn't cost much to get over from there. So I will have that. and then my Wonka bar. I like the packaging, and just thought that was lovely. Now, my mum and dad watch this, so this might be of interest to them. So my mum, we're not going to be spending Christmas together this year because my dad's having an operation and won't be able to drive for quite a few weeks. So we've kind of swapped things before. My mum had given me money. I knew she'd give me money. She told me she'd give me money. So I'd been looking for something that I could put it towards, and I thought, well, I'll have a look at the Black Friday sales because they usually have really good sales. And actually I wanted to compare something. Just hold on. Back in the room. So you remember I bought this in Turkey, so you know what this is, and I've really enjoyed using it just for the size of it, the shape of it, what I can get in it, and it's made me think about, could I afford an actual? And because most designer bags now are in the thousands, well, no, out of my league. And if you want a Chanel double flap, the classic, you're talking over £10,000. Well, the likes of me will never get that. So, but I think the Jacquemus new are about 400 and odd, which, is still out of my price league. But I thought, what if I go down the pre-loved market and see if I can get a decent second-hand one, and I might be able to get it. So I was looking at Lux Collective, and they're like a consignment store that people put their things in. I think they clean them and sell them for people, and I presume they take a commission for selling their second-hand designer bits. So I had a look on there on Black Friday, and all the Jacquemus that were over £300 were now £250, £260. So I thought, right, I'll see what's in my envelope from my mum. My God, there was £100. I mean, can you believe it? I was like gobsmacked. So I thought, wow, if I take that off, I can afford one of these Jacquemus bags, an original, and add that to my collection. So there was quite a few different colours they had, but the ones I liked was a dark purple and the one I've got. So the dark purple I still love, still think it's a really nice bag. It was the same size as this and everything, but I just thought it might not go with everything, because who knows if I'll ever get another one. So I had to make a choice. I have to say my experience with Lux Collective was really good, because ages ago I'd given, like when you go in websites it asks you for your email address, and then they send you like a code for like 10% off. No, not 10% off, £20 off your first order. So I looked back and I couldn't find this code, and I mean, I'm sure it was like a Saturday night that I sent a message saying, look, I'm interested in buying something, but I can't find my code. And literally minutes later, here's your code. And then that would give you your £20 off. So I got another £20 off, which was great. And it arrived 2 days later, and it came in their dust bag. So you've got their dust bag, and it also came with the original dust bag. Now they let you know if it comes with the original bag, which this one obviously did. And see, I don't know whether Jacquemus, they come with boxes. I've no idea. But this one didn't come with a box, but it did come with the dust bag, which is probably all I need. So, and I'll have to put this away for Christmas. I'll have to say, once this is on here, I'll have to say goodbye to it. But this is the colour I went for. And it's a lovely green colour. Sorry, I've still got this on. And it's got like a crocodile. Not that I'd ever get, well, I couldn't afford anything with crocodile, but not that I'd want anything with crocodile skin. But I just thought it just added that extra bit of texture. And obviously it comes with the crossbody strap, which I'll probably never use. And the inside, because Jacquemus always have these like linen, whatever that bit of paper is. Oh, it's product code. It's literally pristine, absolutely pristine in there, and it is a light linen type material, so for that to be so clean, and I just absolutely love it. I love the colour, and I just think it, you know, it's almost like a neutral, because, you know, nature itself puts green with just about everything, doesn't it? You know, like, and, you know, with flowers and that, everything goes with green. So I feel that this is more a neutral. It's not sponsored by Looks Collected, by the way. So wow. And I know the bag's going to work for me, because that other one works for me so well. So I know that I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. And this is so special now to have that in my collection. So thank you, Mum, for making that happen, because that is really special. And I'm going to really enjoy using that. So that is my Christmas present. So that is fantastic. So you have to let me know what you think of it. Anyway, I've been blabbing on for so long, 22 minutes, which is far too long. There's no walking video because I've got no shoes to walk in. But I'll probably see you after Christmas. All have a wonderful Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. Stay a regular. Don't follow the crowd, guys, because it's so boring. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you after Christmas. Bye, guys.